In the digital, interactive, shrink-wrapped 90s, does it really make sense to match state-of-the-art technology with back-to-the-arc maintenance? Are the new self-lubricating, self-monitoring systems quite as self-sufficient as you thought? Let's face it, even the best management can sometimes be lulled into a false sense of security.
I'm looking at them now, Tony. They'll soon be begging to buy in. Our sky is going to be full of yen and marks.
Upsworthy Industries.
Oh, hold on. This is my favourite bit.
Truly the most sophisticated plant in the Northern Hemisphere.
Great, Tony, great. Just the right image.
Meeting the future with the latest technology. Reliable, unbeatable, unstoppable.
Not now, Sylvia.
Upsworthy, on the upswing.
Love that line, Tony. Did you write it? You've done an absolutely... Not now, I said. Marvellous job. And it's going to take us right to the top. Can you hear a dripping sound?
I'm sorry to interrupt, sir, but I think you ought to know. Production has completely shut down and everyone's hanging around wondering what to do.
What? Hold on a minute, Tony.
Do you think we'd better call Alex Smart, sir?
Don't bother me. Not you.
Now, don't panic, Sebastian.
Oh, that's rich. How is this going to look to the other shareholders? What about all the overtime we're going to need to make up what's been lost? What are our customers going to think?
Now, we're talking serious costs.
And that's meant to make me calm? What are we going to do?
I think we should call Alex Smart, sir. He is the head of maintenance, after all.
This is not supposed to happen.
Just calm down and listen.
Are you sure you don't want to speak to him, sir?
Right. I'm calm. I think I need an aspirin.
Here you are. Don't take the whole bottle.
What are you doing? Oh, for goodness sake, why don't you get onto the head of maintenance or somebody?
Over the past 10 years, there has been a technological revolution in British manufacturing industry. In the early 80s, just a handful of companies used computer controls or robotics. Today, thousands of these systems are installed. Such sophisticated, expensive equipment means that downtime is no longer affordable. Yet the subject of maintenance rarely appears on boardroom agendas. Few companies have an effective maintenance strategy or know the real cost of downtime. Few have machine availability targets. Effective performance of plant is often less than 50%, and money is being wasted. This year, British industry will spend about £14 billion on maintenance. That's 3 times more than will be invested in new plant. A significant proportion of this money can be saved or made to work harder by the implementation of modern maintenance techniques. Fortunately, more businesses are recognizing that maintenance is a key management issue.
I think any company needs to make sure, if it's in manufacturing, that it knows which products it's going to sell into which markets. We believe we know that. The next stage is to make sure that we manufacture those products efficiently and cost effectively. And the maintenance strategy is an integral part of that.
As far as we're concerned, it's absolutely critical in terms of profitability. There are all sorts of lean production controls that we have to take on board to make sure we keep up with our competitors.
Modern maintenance best practice certainly gives business a competitive edge and can increase profitability. Raychem's wire and cable division have reduced plant breakdowns by 75% over the last 3 years. At Pilkington Triplex, where 33,000 windscreens are produced each week, a downtime target of just 3% has been consistently achieved for over 2 years. For Allied Steel and Wire, the cost of installing new vibration monitoring equipment was recouped in 12 months. Over the last 3 years, Rank Hovis have reduced downtime at their Trafford Park mill by a quarter. Whilst increasing turnover over the last 5 years, Massey Ferguson have reduced maintenance operating costs from 5.5 million to 3.2 million pounds without reducing maintenance levels. These examples represent just a handful of the companies who understand the impact maintenance best practice has on their business.
Well, we may have fixed it then, but this time it's the entire plant. How should I know? Is maintenance part of my job? Well, bring in the suppliers if need be. I know it'll cost us a fortune, doesn't everything? I'll get back to you. Maintenance problem? Is this possible? Where the devil has that Alec, whatever he's called, got to?
Smart, sir.
Somebody's got to be. We've poured an arm and a leg, 2 legs even, into keeping production moving. Double golden overtime, triple platinum bonuses. Surely that's enough to keep any factory upsworthy and running.
Are you serious?
Haven't we done everything under the sun to prevent this kind of disaster? Well, haven't we? Of course we have.
Mr. Smart is unavailable, sir.
He's what?
He says he's sorting out a little hiccup in production, but if you'd like a quick word, he'll be on the factory floor.
A little hiccup? A quick word? I've an entire video of quick words I'd like to stuff down his throat the minute I finished skinning him alive.
Now, hold on a minute, Sebastian.
Not calmly again.
Are you sure it's really his fault?
Who else? If the plant stops, it's a maintenance problem. He's the maintenance man, so it's his problem, right?
The primary aims of maintenance best practice are to ensure that unplanned interruptions in manufacturing are kept to an absolute minimum, that equipment operates to design performance, and that the condition of equipment allows the fastest possible production of a top-quality product. There are many different approaches to maintenance best practice. No single approach is right or wrong. The one thing that all companies with effective maintenance do have in common is the desire to increase profits through equipment effectiveness. They will all have implemented maintenance strategies that are appropriate to their particular needs.
We are looking to identify where we can gain further improvement through a total maintenance process. And also, obviously, in terms of improvement, we are looking for a financial reward as well. And that financial reward can come in many ways. It can come from the point of view of downtime, which is tremendously important to you. But it also can come in areas of hygiene, overall performance, and people's attitude.
The first thing to recognize is that maintenance must become integral to your company's manufacturing and business strategy.
The strategic policy for Brakem and the Wire and Cable division is to supply shorter and shorter lead times to meet the needs of its market. Maintenance obviously is key in that respect.
With any maintenance strategy, it is vital to establish quantifiable objectives that represent a real challenge, such as a 20% improvement in overall plant productivity, striving for 100% machine availability, controlling the direct costs of maintenance, ensuring that all equipment is safe and satisfies the appropriate legislation, and perhaps most important of all, 100% commitment from the boardroom right down to the shop floor.
Having a little break, are we? What the hell is going on?
Just waiting for you, Mr. Upsworthy.
What do you expect me to do?
We've done all we can here. I said this would happen. I thought it might have travelled upstairs by now.
What, in some little dream you had? What happened to the best technology money can buy, eh? The newest of the new. Whatever happened to the TQMs, the MRPs and the JITs? Or was it just too OTT for us?
I'm surprised those arms aren't self-lubricating, really. If you could run a little tube through the dapper pan there and then through the other side, and then it would go along there.
Are you dripping?
Apart from unscheduled maintenance, which as its name implies is reacting to breakdowns, there are three main categories. Improvement maintenance aims to eliminate the need for maintenance by removing the problem at source. This approach encourages the entire workforce to resolve problems. Preventative maintenance is quite simply routine inspections and overhauls at regular fixed intervals, while predictive maintenance is based on carefully monitoring the condition of equipment to detect any deterioration before it becomes critical.
You're the head of maintenance. You're supposed to know what's going on with all this lot. What does this thing tell us, for instance?
Well, it's a PLC computerised control system. Just plug a little monitor into this and it tells you all sorts.
There you are. Ask the right questions and you start to get some answers.
And?
Well, it can talk to other machines in the system, you see. It gives details of breakdowns, a complete picture of machine downtime, and help you work out a planned maintenance programme.
So why haven't we been given this information?
Never been asked for it.
Stay calm, Sebastian. Stay calm.
It's all very well to have high-tech pieces of equipment that can talk to each other. People need to communicate as well. To work efficiently, sophisticated machinery needs well-trained operators. It's no longer appropriate to say, I operate, you fix. It's essential to have teamwork and flexibility across the whole company. However, whichever combination of techniques different companies use to achieve maintenance best practice, the results are very impressive. Over the last 5 years at Massey Ferguson, maintenance has played an increasingly important role. John Drew, Technical Support Manager.
Just over 12 months ago, we embarked on a predictive maintenance philosophy using condition-based monitoring, in particular vibration analysis. I think the results that we've obtained have exceeded our wildest expectations.
The next step will be to encourage operators to deal with some first-line maintenance, leaving others to use their time more effectively. The benefits of such a progressive maintenance policy speak for themselves. Maintenance costs are just 1.5% of sales turnover, and plant utilization is 97.5%. In 1989, Lucas Bryce had full order books, but delivery was badly affected by machine breakdowns. Clearly, the company needed to formulate and implement a maintenance strategy. David Biggs, General Manager.
I think the first stage in developing a manufacturing strategy is to ensure that the people in production have the same view of the significance of maintenance. Traditionally, it's been a Cinderella function. It's been manned by people who have experience and are very good firefighters, and typically it's been a rather unstructured approach. I think clarity and analysis are the real things that lead you to have an effective maintenance strategy.
Land Rover's engine division have achieved 95% plant efficiency by reactive maintenance, with good response times and detailed training programs for the tradesmen. This reactive energy now needs to become proactive, thus ensuring true total productive maintenance is achieved. Bob Francis, Production Director.
We realise we have to move with the times and become more profitable. So although we've got an excellent maintenance team here, we really need to change that. And to that end, what we've done is developed an overall Rover Group 5-year plan to bring TPM into our factories.
Land Rover have few doubts about who holds the key to the success of this approach.
Maintenance is very much about now getting the local guy, the local operator, involved with his machine and involved with his piece of kit. It very much is this hearts and minds thing. If you don't win the people over with this plan, you won't get anywhere.
One maintenance self-help tool available to industry is AMIS, Asset Maintenance Information Service, which is an audit supported by the DTI. This points the way towards your own maintenance program.
This is not right.
I know, Mr. Upsworthy, but I don't reckon there's a right way or a wrong way.
This is most definitely the wrong way.
But there's got to be a way just for us.
Of course there is.
Of course there is.
There is.
Are you talking to me, Mr. Upsworthy?
No, no. Yes, of course I am. When you order a pizza, you have it made to order, with your own special toppings to suit your own tastes, right? Well, there you are, then.
Anything you say, Mr. Upsworthy.
What's that? It's running again.
It's certainly no coincidence that many of Britain's most competitive and successful manufacturing companies have for some years operated a clear and well-structured maintenance best practice policy from board level downwards.
With a maintenance strategy in any environment, whether you've got a factory full of old machines or new machines, you need to be clear on how you are going to maintain them.
And we actually perceive that something like 10 or 20% of our overall budget could be saved very, very easily just by channeling our efforts into preventative measures instead of reactive measures.
The businesses we've looked at today are not isolated examples, but represent a growing number of British manufacturers who have created a dependable factory to better profit their business.
Upsworthy, on the upswing.
You see, I like to think of Upsworthy Industries as a sort of special order pizza. Out of all the possible toppings, we had to choose the ones that were right for us. We had to create a maintenance strategy that suited our own special needs. A strategy that will take us forward to the 21st century.
Brilliant.
Thank you.